Simon and Lydia Kanake were part of a family entourage to Nakuru to witness the beginning of a happy chapter for one of their relatives, a traditional dowry payment ceremony that would unite a couple but split the family forever. He struggles to pull himself together and thread together the pieces of his still somewhat animated memory of Saturday night. Memories of how he and his wife stumbled from the scene of one of the worst highway tragedies in the country's recent history onto a path lit only by the reflection from a huge pillar of flames.
After the blast, there was a very huge fire above the sky. It was coming towards us. Some of it fell on the roof of our car. Now I could see fire surrounding us, passing us. Patches of fire on the side of the right side of the opposite direction. So I shouted to my wife and my dad, get out.
Tofira alisema tutoke, kwenda kutoka nikasikia hii seat belt imenishika hapa. So mimi sikufikiria kama kuna vingine naweza fanya, nikajaribu kuifungua ikikataa. Sasa yeye vile alimanage kutoka na mimi sasa ilifunguka. Nikakanyanga kiti, nikajaribu kutoka. Sasa vile alitoka mlango wa gari ukajirudisha tena ukajiroko. Nikangangana nayo ikafunguka.
Actually we were about 2 cars from about 3 cars if I remember, because I could count 1, 2 vehicles. All of them were burning. They had already been engulfed, with the fire. So mine was now almost the third. Those were small cars. Mine I think was the third one. I could hear people scream. Then so if we stayed in that car for another 2, 3, 4 seconds, we would have gone.
The couple relishes the second chance, but it's also the beginning of another episode of torment. One other passenger, their father, who traveled with them to Nairobi, did not make it through the night.
Hapa nilikuwa namsikia hapa katikati ya viti akitokea hapo. So nilimsikia kwa mgongo amenishika. Mimi nikaruka. Sasa kuruka mimi niliruka nimekimbia. Nikadhani hata yeye ameruka vile nimeruka. Juu nilianza kuchoka na hiyo moshi. Sasa nikakimbia.
Walking a blurred line between hope and despair, the family has been on an endless journey to find him.
I saw an ambulance, a long-note ambulance with a man in white, in a red cap, and my father was wearing a jacket and a red cap. I went to ask who was that, but they told me it's a woman and a policeman.
Today they were looking at the Chiromo funeral parlor. Here the true scale of the destruction unfolds. Families empty and broken, troubled and exhausted, trading places inside the counseling tents set up around the compound. It's been a long day and night since that incident that would scar them forever. Here Kanake, his wife and close friends sit among the sea of distraught faces, blending into a larger group gathered to identify and hopefully pick up their loved one. They were waiting for any news.
We do not want to have any confusion of people or families burying the wrong bodies, or the bodies, whether you feel you are able to identify them or not, will be subjected to DNA for positive identification. Family yake wako hapa. Wakuje pale ni nani? Ni Simon Kanake ama ni nani?
Sample was taken, and then we were told to wait for the next process, which was to view the pictures. And actually the only picture which was available, we could not identify it with our father. We have to wait until the DNA results are out.
This is the cruel legacy of road carnage that continues to tear families apart, where every move on the country's roads means a wispy line between life and death. Sheila Sendeo, NTV.